And we're going. How's it going, bro?
Good, man. What's going on?
You sound raspy as shit.
So what?
So you sound raspy as shit.
Yeah. That weed, man.
Mm-hmm. What do you get going out over there?
Sorry, what's that?
So what are you giggling at over there?
Oh, my buddy lost. He was just showing me his bets, and he won all of them except one, so he just lost.
Just parlay?
Yeah. So,
Buddy, it's always the last
he
leg of
always.
parlay.
That's the second one in a row he's done that. So close, but no cigar. You know what I'm
Sacramento
saying?
Kings. Taking the Kings over the Pels.
But Pels didn't play anybody. Zion didn't play. Brandon Ingram didn't play.
I guess so, okay.
Drew Holiday didn't play. But yeah, he always bets. So
They're probably the biggest disappointment out of the bubble, don't you think? They had so much hype coming into this.
And they had the easiest schedule. Like the NBA just served it up for them, bro. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got taken. Okay, you know how chicks know like the right angles to take, right?
Yeah.
Picture wise. They know how they look best, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Zion did that to me. Remember I talked to you a long time ago. I'm like, bro, I seen these pics of Zion. Looking good.
Unreal. Yeah.
Right? Well, he must have had a professional photographer take that shit.
He's looking like Gumbo out here.
He's got to lose weight. He sat out because of, I think it was right knee soreness. But it's because of the weight.
Yeah, for sure it is.
You know?
Was there any numbers of what he came in at?
I've heard right close to 300 pounds from like reliable sources.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot of weight, man.
So, and apparently they're going to, after the season's finished, they're sending someone home with him, and they got like a trainer and a diet and all that. But they should have been doing that.
I was gonna say
when
it's
they
a little
were off for the 4 months.
Yeah, it's a little late for that. At least this year, like you should have had that dialed in a long time ago, long time ago. But I think that also kind of speaks to how poorly the Pelicans are run. You know what I mean?
He's played unreal.
Yeah,
but it's not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a injury waiting to happen.
Yeah, I was saying that it's probably a reflection about how poorly the Pelicans are run. And we've known, like, obviously their GM is good for making moves, but when it comes to just maintaining players, I mean, AD left for a reason. He wasn't happy. Same with Chris Paul. Same with all those stars.
The owner is the same owner as the Saints, Gail Benson.
Yeah. Because, like, GM-wise, they make moves. They get people. They draft well.
Oh, Griffin did a crazy job.
Yeah, but they can never...
for AD.
Yeah, but they can never keep a player.
Another problem with that team, too, is I think Lonzo's got to be the worst player coming back.
Think so?
Oh, bro. Averaging 5 points. Field goal percentage, 26%. 3-point percentage, 19%.
Is it that low?
Free throw percentage, maybe it's 50%. It's been rough. And it's like, if I remember correctly, in the month of March, he averaged just over 20 points.
Yeah, he was
over
playing
50% field goal.
Yep.
So he's really struggled really bad. Your starting point guard can't shoot 50% at the free throw line. So if that keeps up, he's not going to be a starting point guard for long, I don't think, right?
That's we were talking about this before the bubble happened too. It's been really interesting to see which players have handled it well, which teams haven't, which teams have kind of risen to the occasion, and which teams have kind of faltered, right? One of the ones that's faltered, we were just talking before the pod, is Memphis. They've kind of...
Oh, it kills me, Jaw. They lost Jaren Jackson, but they were playing shit with him anyways.
Yeah, they've kind of fumbled the bag. They've lost 6 out of 7 games so far. Mm-hmm. And they are not looking good.
No, not at all.
Now, they still have a chance to limp into the playoffs.
I think they're up half game up on Portland.
Yeah, that's a half game. I'm looking at it right now.
And was it 1 game on Phoenix?
1 game on Phoenix. No. Same record as Phoenix.
Oh, okay, so half
They're
game.
They're both 33 and 39. Portland's 34 and 39.
MVP of the bubble for you is?
It's obviously either Dame Lillard or it's Devin Booker.
I gotta say Booker just because no one saw Phoenix going 7-0. Nobody saw that shit.
I didn't see Portland going 7. What? I guess not 7-0, but whether they're
5-2.
They're 5-2.
Twice, yeah.
Oh, I thought they only lost once.
Well, no one saw Gary Trent Jr. doing what he's doing.
Nope.
Yeah, Dame just had 61 after 51.
I guess just based on that record alone, you kind of have to give it to Booker, don't you?
Yeah,
he's been playing so
because no one saw it coming.
Yeah, he's been playing so nasty.
Like, this is Dame's third 60-point game of the season, so it's not like it's not unreal for Dame to do 60 points. It's crazy. It's after coming off a 50 point.
Yep.
So, but no one saw this from Phoenix, right? So, does it translate into next year? Let's, for their franchise, let's hope so.
To be really honest with you, I want Devin Booker to get out of Phoenix so bad.
Draymond said the same thing, got fined $50K.
Yeah, I saw that. But there are very few times in my life that I've ever agreed with anything that's come out of Draymond Green's mouth.
Yo, I thought
this is one of them.
Draymond's gonna kill it for being an analyst after the game, after it's over.
He's got hot takes.
He's
got real hot takes. I could see that for sure. He'd be entertaining.
He did such a good job on filling in. He's a natural for it.
He'd be entertaining, at least with his takes. Although I think a lot of the shit he says player-wise is pretty outlandish.
I don't actually. I think when he speaks on other players, he speaks the truth. He's never one to lie. Some of the shit he might say might be outlandish, but he never lies. I've heard him more than enough time. One great interview to listen to is the All the Smoke interview. It's like 2 hours long, and he just dives in about Kevin Durant and like.
Yeah, I still need to listen to that pod. You've been telling me about it for a while.
After I listened to that, I had so much more respect for Draymond.
Really,
and I used to not like the guy, but the more and more I listen to him, actually, the more and more I like him. Yeah, he just honestly just keeps it real. He doesn't bullshit and. Yeah, just if you want a good interview on him, listen to that All the Smoke interview. It's fucking really good.
I will listen. I mean, he might be honest, but just because you're honest doesn't mean your opinion's good.
No, but everyone has opinion.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to agree with it.
Everyone's entitled, I guess.
You know what I mean? But he speaks the truth on players, and in this day and age where people will say things just to maybe get friends or whatever the fuck it is, he doesn't care about none of that shit.
I wonder what people's opinions are of Draymond Green. Like if you took a bunch of different players and sat them down and said, what do you think of Draymond?
If you take the antics out of it, I don't think people really know the real Draymond. People are just going to go by the antics. And I get it. He deserves it because he's allowed himself to do it over and over again. Yeah, for sure.
I don't have respect for the guys at all.
I think he's shaking that now. He's definitely a leader on the Warriors. And my perception has definitely changed. It's almost like he's similar to Colby Covington in that way, where Colby wants you to buy into that character that's how he is. But if you talk to all the other guys, that's not really Colby.
Okay.
Colby's
so you think it's just an act?
And like you talk to Draymond's peers, they all speak highly of him.
Really? Because I haven't seen one.
You gotta listen to the interview.
I will, but I this is just my obviously anecdotally you've heard different. I haven't heard anyone come out and say anything positive about Draymond. Really, yes, his teammates have said things. He's a good player to play with, but around the league, I have not heard anyone be positive about Draymond.
I heard a lot of positive talk about Draymond. I know him and Charles were even beefing, and I
actually found that
on TNT.
Dude, he was throwing some good zingers at Charles. It was hilarious.
Oh, he's like I said, he's a natural for that job. He's definitely got a career after basketball. Whether he wants to do it or not, I don't know, but it's waiting for him if he wants to do it.
He definitely knows how to garner and maintain people's attention, for sure. He's good at it. He's really good at it. In the same way that like it's a really kind of crummy example, but like Takeshi 6ix9ine, he's all antics. Some of his music's alright, man, but why people pay attention was because of his antics, right? I feel like Draymond does a little bit of the same thing, not at that extreme of a level. It's kind of a poor comparison, but he knows how to get people's attention and keep it.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a really good player. I think in time, more people's perceptions are going to change of him. And like if you think about it, the guy's willing to do anything to win, and like I've seen guys do the same, if not worse than him, in other sports.
In what way?
Just like remember he
like
what was
wise?
it? Yeah, who did he kick in the balls there? Remember that shit? He was doing that for a while.
Dude, he's done a lot of foul shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. But like those antic shit, like you haven't seen those antics out of him in the last couple of years.
For me,
you can't say he's done any of that in the last couple of years. I think part of it is he's growing up and being more mature. You know, I think he'd be the first to admit that. Yeah, like him and LeBron are like super tight. You would never fucking think that after Golden State and Cleveland, after all they went through, after the kicking of the groin and all this shit, him and LeBron are so tight.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Super tight, bro. So like that's a perfect example. If LeBron sees past all that shit and like can see how good of a guy Draymond is, and you would have think they fucking got serious hate on, and rightfully so for each other. For them to be that tight, I think it just speaks volume of Draymond.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
No, they're super tight.
I imagine LeBron's a pretty good judge of character.
Draymond always speaks highly of LeBron, and they always talks about how they speak. So yeah, no, they're I think he'd probably be first to admit that he's a reckless, dumb kid in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
sure, but like now he's growing up, family, kids. It changes you, and I think it's changed him. And like I said, I think going forward, people's perception will change.
What really did it in for me, I hope you're right, and I would imagine that LeBron is a good judge of character because of the circles and the people he rolls with. You kind of have to be. To be as successful as LeBron is, you can't judge people poorly. You'll get taken advantage of. You'll make some foul moves. So, obviously, I respect LeBron's opinion in that. But what really did it for me with Draymond, where I'm like, this guy's a clown, is the shit with KD. Really just, like, called him out in front of the other players, called him a bitch to his face, all this stuff. Like, I understand the contract talk, but that's not KD's fault. When it was going down,
interview, he gets into that whole thing.
Okay, if there are, you obviously
he breaks it all down.
Okay, I want to listen to that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Who's on that podcasting? Because you've brought that up so many times.
It's Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They suspended it now because of the whole Black Lives Matter thing going on.
Okay.
But, there's so many jewels in that. Like, there's so many basketball players. And this is why, like, me personally, like, this is when you find out what really goes on in the games because all the players got so many dope stories.
Yeah.
All the battles you want to hear about.
Yeah.
And you just really get to find out, like, these two guys, Barnes and Jackson, get the most out of the guests.
Really? So they're good hosts.
Everyone loves these two, and they're the perfect guys to have a podcast. Their personality's dope. Matt Barnes won a ring with Golden State, still hasn't picked it up.
Really?
Because he was injured.
Yeah.
Rode the bench. He got injured like right in the beginning of the playoffs, I think.
Yeah.
They ended up winning, but he was riding the bench. He's like, I didn't deserve it. Hasn't even picked it up, bro.
That's some gangster shit.
Yeah, that's pretty G. But no, it's like definitely one of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
Okay,
I love hearing just either their grind or the relationships that they build off the course. Like this Draymond thing. I would never know all this shit, you know what I mean? So to get them to open up like that, I think it's cool.
That's really cool. Because you hear all the stories, like part of why the Michael Jordan doc was so encapsulating and everybody loved it so much was you got to see, all the rumors about, okay, was this true about Michael? Was that true? The gambling? And you got to see all of it. Okay, yes, no, this did happen, this didn't. And I guess listening to that pod, you kind of get the same thing, but with current NBA players.
Yeah, and they even like they'll have guys on like Gary Payton, and Payton will talk about the Jordan days, and even like talking about growing up playing on the playground with Jason Kidd, and like I don't know, just the stories are dope. If you're like a sports nut like me, you love that shit, right?
Locked,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a good one.
So since we're on NBA, which I'm so pumped that NBA is back. Looking at the playoff bracket, if things were to end right now today, it'd be LA versus Portland in the West, 1st and 8th.
Which I just told you off air, I would take Portland. I would bet on Portland.
Okay, do you think that that's just a good underdog play
with
potential, or you genuinely think they're going to win?
I genuinely think they're going to win. And
really?
I'll tell you why.
I would take that bet just because I'm a betting man and I like making money off betting, and the best chance that I see that an underdog has of upsetting is Portland. They're coming in so hot. But you pitch me. Make the sale.
Lakers lost Avery Bradley, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. He's their best perimeter defender. So here's a couple of stats. You're going to notice a trend here real quick. So Lakers are 2-4 in the bubble, right?
Yep.
In points, they're last. Field goal percentage, last. 3-point percentage, last. Assists, last. Free throw percentage, 21st, so second to last. Offensive rating, last. Now, I say all that to say this. They have LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Yep.
But you not having Avery Bradley, Lakers cannot shoot the three and cannot defend the three. You have CJ McCollum, Dame Lillard, okay? Now, if you want to talk Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, they got Nurkic, they got Collins, and they got Whiteside. That's a whole lot of fouls you can use up on those guys. So they also got Gary Trent Jr., Carmelo Anthony, both playing crazy good. I would definitely... It's fucked up because I picked the Lakers to go to the final, but I've watched almost every one of their games. And yeah, they played... Okay, they beat Denver yesterday, okay?
Yep.
Got a lot of threes. Denver didn't have any of the starters in the all fourth quarter. So...
Doesn't really matter.
That doesn't really tell me nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
So yeah, I don't know, man. If that does happen, I'm telling you right now, take Portland. It's going to be a big upset.
Yeah, I understand why, but I don't see LA losing.
But they have LeBron and AD, and that's the X factor, ultimate X factor.
I can't bet against that. They're too good. And then
like, yo, hey, LeBron and finals go together like comedians and rape. You know what I'm saying, son? Just hand in hand.
I was gonna go slightly more PG.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, 100%, dude.
So that's the ultimate X factor. Like nobody else has that. Like nobody has that, man. Nobody's got the LeBron X factor. But I don't know. Like if you're a betting man and you want to make some money,
Portland's the play.
That's the one.
I honestly will probably put $100 down on Portland just for that reason.
That's the one I think, man.
Moving into the next set of matchups, you'd have LA Clippers versus Dallas Mavericks.
Did you see? Sorry, I want to cut you off here. Did you see Doncic's game?
I missed it.
I watched his best basketball game he's ever played in his fucking life.
Really? What did he put up?
On Saturday night. He played the Bucks.
Okay. I saw highlights from the Bucks game.
36, 19 assists, and 14 rebounds. Bro.
Real, dude.
It's so fucking ridiculous what he does on the basketball court. He's definitely got to improve on his shooting. Fucking horrible.
On his what?
Shooting. Horrible shooter. He's like only 30% from threes. I believe as of last week, out of 147 3-point qualified, he's like qualified 140th.
Really?
But whatever. Like that's nitpicking because he does everything else just
immaculately.
Yeah, except defense, but whatever. But yeah, to see him and Giannis go at each other, it was sick. They won 136-132. He passed Magic Johnson to have the most triple doubles. The youngest player, in NBA history to lead the association in triple doubles. He's crazy, special talent.
He reminds me like a less athletic version of LeBron James when he first came in the league. Didn't have a three. Was hitting twos all the time, driving to the basket. Like I said, less athletically inclined, and with a better passing ability than a younger LeBron.
Oh, he's definitely not the fastest or the strongest, but he looks for the contact.
Mm-hmm.
And his vision is
unbelievable.
His vision is so fucking crazy, man. Like a lot of people want to compare him to Larry Bird. He's not Larry Bird. Bird, that's don't disrespect Larry Bird, straight up. No, and I'm saying it's like their shooting's not even the same class.
No, it's not. He's not a shooter. Not yet.
But he's crazy. I mean, anyone who watches it is like I was in awe on Saturday night, dude. This was like easily his best game he's ever played, and it was special, man. It's cool to catch those games, you know.
There's a.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay, man. When this kind of crop of players leave, so LeBron, KD, Steph. How old's Kawhi?
Man, I can't even remember. I'll look it up though.
The next guys up right now are Luka, Trey. My opinion, Devin Booker. I think he's been underrated for a lot of his career so far. Zion, obviously, and then Ja. I think those are your... Apart from Giannis, who's going to kind of run the league as soon as LeBron's gone.
Kawhi's 29.
Okay, so he'll still be in here for a while, too. But those are your up-and-coming 5-6 guys. And I think out of all of those guys, Luka has the potential to eclipse all of them. I think Luka has established himself as the best young player there is right now. Like, there's not anyone else, in my opinion, who comes close to being as complete a player as he is at that age, or even close to that age.
It's crazy to say First of all, Atlanta fucked up. Like, and that's crazy to say because they got Trae Young.
They got Trae Young, dude. But Luka's that good, dude.
But they fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think he was 4th, right? Or something like that. That draft was DeAndre Ayton, number 1 to Phoenix. So Phoenix blew it. Sacramento blew it. They drafted Bagley, I think it was.
Or was that De'Aaron? Was that the De'Aaron year?
No, it was De'Aaron Ayton was the 1 to Phoenix. 2 was Sacramento, Marvin Bagley.
Okay.
And 3 and 4 were the Trae Young and Luka, and they got swapped. And then I think Dallas got a draft pick out of it too, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure.
So they totally fleeced
Cuban
them.
loves his Euros.
But yo, he was EuroLeague MVP and won the championship. Like,
And he was like 17 or 18?
It was crazy.
He's been playing pro ball since 17.
Grown men he was destroying. You know? But that kid's going to be sick. MVP within the next 5 years?
Oh, easily. There was
I think
a
he's got
quote
one.
in his rookie year where he came over to the NBA and they're like, I think it was like only like 2-3 weeks into the league and he was already putting up numbers. And they were like, what's your opinion of EuroLeague to NBA? And he's like, it's easier. There's like, people are way less on me. Like, it's way easier to score. You're like, man, this is an 18-year-old kid busting ass first year in the league. Like, it's so crazy to watch.
Yeah, it's sick. Fuck yeah, he's sick to watch. Can't wait to watch him. And now their team can't play a lick of D.
I was about to say, that being said, the LA Clips are going to run through him.
But yeah,
I think 5 games. I think it'll be 4-1.
Porzingis looks so good today too, though. Fuck, I haven't seen him play that good in a long time either. But yeah, they can't play D, so
No.
But yeah, still a good combo.
Yep,
Fun
really
to
good.
watch.
I think that team's going to be really good for the next. Give it a couple years, and if they can put Cuban's such a good owner. I think if they can put a couple pieces around those two.
He's always willing too. So yeah,
I know he's willing to make moves, and there's not a lot of owners who are willing to make moves and shake things up, especially in smaller markets. Which
Dallas isn't too small.
I was about to say, which as I say that, I'm now like arguably Dallas is becoming one of those not top tier big markets, but a second tier big market.
Yeah.
Which is all thanks to Cuban. That's all him.
Yeah, no, it's they'll have some good years to come for sure. Knowing that you got Luka for the next 10, 12 years, it's a good start.
Mm-hmm. Because Kristaps is young too.
I think he's like 25.
Yeah, so
Luka's 21.
As long as he can stay healthy, which I think he has a better chance of staying healthy playing as a number 2 because he doesn't need to put his body on the line as much. You know what I mean? Like Kristaps I think is such an unreal number 2 option. Like it allows him to be a little bit more free with his game, do things he's not able to do. He doesn't have to force things as much.
Yeah, no. They call him the unicorn, right?
The unicorn,
right?
Yeah. I think it's a good name for him. Moving now to the third matchup in the West, Denver versus Utah. How do you see it going?
I would take Denver on that one.
I think
Denver in 6, maybe 5.
I'm thinking 5. I think Denver is such a complete team right now. And even though
they're missing 2 of their big guys still, Barton and Harris, they haven't even played. So and Jamal Murray just came back a couple of games ago. So.
Are those are Harris and other buddy? I can't believe I just forgot.
They're big minutes, minute guys.
Are they slated to come back though?
I think so, but I know they don't have them yet. So yeah, from my understanding, they are coming back.
Denver can make. We were talking about this, I think 2 weeks ago. Denver's my dark horse, and they're not even really a dark horse, but
I think they're like 1 or 2 years away from really being a super threat. Like
you think so?
Michael Porter plays a bit more. Maybe a year or so. Yeah, but I think they're close, but maybe not quite there.
Dude, if the Clips don't really sync up the way we kind of thought they were going to, I could see Denver and LA going to the conference finals for sure. Sorry, Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone seems to think that the Clippers can just turn it on. I don't think it's going to be that easy either.
I don't think so either, man. I don't have faith in LA, the Clips. Like I said, I think Denver runs through Utah. I think Utah's one of those teams that bums me out a little bit. Because they're always there, but they're never there. You know what I mean? You always like that's the team that you always want to do well. Like you always kind of root for Utah, but they never put it together.
Nah. And to be honest, I don't really fucking care about Utah. Straight up.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be close.
No, I don't think so.
It'll be cool just to see Gobert and Jokic. That battle will be sick.
Yeah, that will be. It'd be also dope to see Donovan Mitchell go off for as much as he can. I think he's another one of those guys. I think him and Devin Booker are both extremely underrated in the league. I think those are top tier guys.
Yeah, no. yeah, Mitchell's definitely exciting to watch.
Next matchup, Houston OKC.
Look, that's actually be pretty dope if that plays out. That's,
Chris Paul playing against, and the thing is, Houston's not looking great right now, man.
Back at OKC. So.
Yeah, and Houston's hasn't played the way we thought they'd be playing.
Houston's playing real good right now.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
The 2 games that I've seen, they were not playing well at all.
I think they're 5-2 maybe.
Yeah, so maybe I tuned into both their losses, but dude, it did not.
I could be wrong on the record, but they've been real talk. They've been playing actually really good, dude.
Okay, yeah, they're 4.
And I bashed them because I thought, well, not bashed them, but I'm like they're not going to be able to sustain it because they have no size. But I was totally wrong.
Yeah, they're 4-2 right now, and 100% they lost their last game, which is the one I saw, and then 3 games ago, which is the other game I saw, and I did not look pretty.
The last game was Harden and Westbrook playing last game? I want to say maybe not.
They were both playing.
Oh, they were? Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Unless I'm cracked out of my head. Yeah, Russell Westbrook's playing. And
the way they play, they're so fun to watch, though.
Am I getting games mixed up here? Maybe I am. Russell Westbrook played 27 minutes, and James Harden did not play. Okay, maybe I'm getting James mixed up. Either way, yeah,
they are legit fun to watch though. They're so small. And here I got something.
Oh, maybe this is why, because I was watching this game. This is the San Antonio game. They lost by like 20 points, and it was during work. It was today, and so like I was just in and out, not really watching. So that's probably why.
I got a theory on D'Antoni, the coach.
Shoot.
So back when he coached Phoenix with Steve Nash.
Yep.
Change the game on offense is like 7 seconds or less offense, right?
Yep.
Fast forward, everyone's kind of running that offense, right?
Yep.
Speed it up, shoot a lot of threes.
Yep.
Houston, I think, averages like over 45 threes a game.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Now, they don't have a center, right? They're all small guys.
Small.
I think in like 5 years, that's going to be the normal.
You think so?
All small guys.
Really?
I'm calling it right now.
What makes you say that?
Because he's done it right once before. Totally evolutionized the game. Changed the offense. Everyone's running that offense. Now him doing this, it presents like just mismatch problems. And I think as we go on, more and more teams follow what he does. I think honestly that's what happens.
Isn't that kind of the ebb and flow of basketball, right? When there's a lot of big men, you move to more small ball, it presents matchup problems. Then more teams start adopting it, and then to counteract it, more big men come into the league, which present matchup problems. It kind of ebbs and flows.
You always have it. You always have the big guys. Always. Like, the games, back when I was watching basketball, all the offense ran through the centers. Now, you may substitute guys in and out and cause mismatch problems
in certain lineups.
But the guys are still on the team. The guys are still going to play. The centers are still going to come back out and play. Houston doesn't do that. I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be like, it's almost like positionless basketball.
I was about to say there's almost just no centers anymore.
And everyone just
runs everything.
Interchangeable.
And everything runs everything.
So I think that's going to be how basketball goes forward. You're just going to be, you can be a 2 or a 4 or a 1 or a 3. I think it's just going to be, I think they're going to follow Houston. That's just a gut call.
But don't you
I think they're going to follow D'Antoni's lead.
But don't you think guys like Kristaps, guys like
they may be the exception.
Guys like AD, guys who can play who are skilled 5 players, guys who can dribble, guys who can shoot threes at the 5, who can play the 4, who can play the 3, like
shooting fives just became a recent thing though.
But that's I think that is such that's always been the knock, right? The 5 is only valuable in the paint.
Mm-hmm. And now you don't even want him in the paint.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It presents issues having them on the outside shooting threes, right? So I think every position is becoming positionless in a sense. You know what I mean? Where like you can run small ball, you can run big ball, because all the small ball players can play 1 through 5. All the big guys can play 3, 4, 5. So I think the game is, because players are playing basketball so young, that there's not any big men who don't have the ability to dribble or shoot.
Yeah, you can't now.
You can't.
No.
You just can't. Same as, you can't be a single player. You can't just be a point guard. You can't just be a power. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I heard
you're not locked in to a position Whereas before, I think you were locked in because certain players didn't develop their skills properly, and that's not an option anymore.
Well, the game's changed. So game changes, players change. Like there was no way, like back when Jordan was playing ball, if you shot like 4 3-pointers, that was crazy.
It was unbelievable.
And now it's like we said, everyone has to shoot threes. And
Harden
everyone's
puts up
just shooting
21
threes.
a game.
It's crazy. That's all people want to do now, shoot threes.
So that being said, we got a little sidetracked. Houston versus OKC. How do you see it going? Give me some predictions.
Fuck. I think that goes 7, first of all.
I think so too. I think this is gonna be a good series.
I think Houston squeaks it out.
I think it's smoked by the Lakers or by Portland by your account.
The Blazers, son. It's right up my alley. Nah.
That should be your favorite team. Rip
Fuck
City.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
All day.
Okay. So that's that side of the bracket. Moving over to the Eastern Conference. First matchup is Milwaukee-Orlando. I think that's a pretty easy 4-0, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's going to be spanking.
That's not going to be pretty. There's honestly not even a lot to talk about. You see Giannis headbutt a dude today?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, Giannis full on. I forget who he headbutted. Let me see if I can actually click the actual game on this. That'd be really nice if I could. Oh, I can. Hell yeah. Yeah, they're playing Washington, and Giannis only played 10 minutes because he headbutted a dude. I'm pretty sure he got ejected.
He had oral surgery yesterday. I was set up.
Lockjaw or what?
Played the Raptors, and I was like stoked to watch it. And Lowry didn't play, and he didn't play, so I didn't watch it. I went for a run.
Yeah, he got ejected, and he headbutted Mo Wagner. That's what it was.
That's weird. He's not like that.
No, he's not like that at all. Giannis is never really loses his cool, and it was a full on walk into him and just boom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there, but I guess
maybe got under. Maybe he said something, got under skin. Who knows?
Yeah.
Giannis isn't really like that though.
No, but I guess in the same way that it's funny looking at this. Milwaukee has the same record that LA does. They've lost 3 games. They've lost 4 games so far in the bubble. They're 3-4.
But you can tell Milwaukee doesn't really care though.
Do you think it's that they don't care?
Like we just said, they're playing Orlando. They're not sweating nothing. They're resting their guys. They're not really playing. I don't think, and I think a bit of this is with the Clippers too. I don't think they just really care right now. You know, it is what it is. Okay, we're gonna do Orlando. We're not stressed.
Okay, but then by that same argument, you can't really use these games against the Lakers.
But when you're last in every metric, you can.
Okay, there you go. That's good argument. Yeah, you're right.
You know.
Looking at these losses, they lost to Toronto, they lost to Dallas, they lost to the Nets, and they lost to the Rockets.
Like the Nets, you gotta think. I don't remember who played that game, but you gotta think not the whole team played. And no disrespect to Brooklyn, they're playing really good. Toronto's got to face them in the first round.
Do you think that's?
But they have everybody out too, right?
Do you think that's much of a matchup for them?
For Raptors?
Yeah.
I'll say 5 games for the Raps.
I think so too. I think that's a pretty easy series. It makes me wonder though,
Well, Jacques Vaughn's doing an outstanding job coaching him. He deserves to at least be in consideration when they hire somebody permanent.
Yeah. It makes you think too, what this team would look like with Kyrie and KD.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. I'll tell you right now, because the guys are getting it in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting that experience that they need, or whatever the case is. And when they come back, they're just gonna be better basketball players because of it.
Yeah. That's the team I'm most excited for next year is the Nets. Mostly just because I love their gear. Their gear looks sick.
Yeah, for sure. They got sick gear.
Mm-hmm. Next matchup, moving on to Boston, Philadelphia.
Well, now that Joel and Ben Simmons are out,
It's kind of a wrap, isn't it?
yeah, Tatum's starting to look a bit better. He struggled too coming back from the
I was
bubble.
about to say Celtics did not look good in their first couple games.
They got a little bit of a size issue, but with Tatum and Brown, I don't know. That one should be an easy 4-0.
What happened to Joel?
I
know obviously.
want to say it's his knee. It was just happened the other day.
Ben Simmons blew his knee.
I'll look it up. I can't really remember, but he
yeah.
left on, I want to say, Sunday.
I hadn't heard that Joel left. I don't know how I missed that. Because Ben Simmons left to go get knee surgery, like full on left the bubble. He's over. So I guess Philadelphia's taking the year off.
Ankle injury, sorry, against the Blazers. That was 2 days ago.
Fuck, that's so rough for Philly.
So what are we, Tuesday? Yeah, it was Sunday.
That's rough. What does Philly even look like going into next year? I think everyone's still on contract, right? Like, there's no one big leaving or anything like that.
Yo, somebody's got to leave there.
Because Tobias got paid.
Yeah, 140 million or something. I think he got.
Al Horford.
No one's gonna take that contract. No one's taking Horford's contract.
If
it was like the last year of their deal, someone might take him, but not when you owe them all that money. No way. Philadelphia fucked themselves.
So you think they're gonna have to lose either Joel or Ben?
They have to make it work.
Who do you keep?
They, from everything that I have heard from like reliable sports people, they don't even get along.
That's what I've heard too. There's been rumors about splitting up that duo for like the last 2 years.
They have to split, and it's gonna be Ben Simmons gone. I think so? They stick with Joel. Yeah, Joel
has way more potential, but
arguably he's the best center in the league
when he actually wants to play, and that's the thing is he never wants
Ben
to
Simmons
play.
Too, like I mean, Ben's a special talent. Whoever ends up getting him to be, like I can't remember who said it, but. Fuck, imagine Ben Simmons, Devin Booker backcourt, son. Fucking Phoenix.
Yeah, that'd be nasty.
That would be sick.
But
yeah, one of them's got to go, and I have a hunch. I don't know, but I have a hunch. It's not going to be Joel.
Because both of those guys have problems. Philadelphia is the team that you kind of just want to, like, scream at. Because you're like, you guys should be good. You guys should be winning the East.
Can't be trusted.
You know what I mean? But you know, if you look on paper, you're like, how the fuck is this team not winning the East? Same with last year. Like last year, they had a stacked roster. Jimmy Butler, like, you kidding me?
Yo, and here's another thing. Butler made the right call by leaving.
100% he did. 100%.
Like I'm thinking in the beginning, like, yo, you got such a good roster over there. Like you have a real chance. But he went to Miami and made the G'est call ever. He totally made the right call.
100% he did. And now look at Miami. They're ranked higher. They're seated higher than Philadelphia is.
Butler and TJ Warren were going at it.
I'm so excited for this series because they're going to play. They're 4-5. That's the other next series.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see those two go at it.
Warren played his worst game of the bubble of that game. But
yep.
Yeah, no, man. Butler's a dog.
There's
not many dogs in the league. He's a fucking dog.
But the thing is, like, there's dogs like Patrick Beverly in that, but there's not a lot of dogs who have the same skill and finesse that Jimmy has. You don't get a lot of the really good guys who are also dogs and have that mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll put you on his back. Yeah, he can. And the thing is, he does it on both ends of the court. That's the beauty of his game.
Jimmy might be my favorite player in the league.
Yeah,
like just thinking about it, like he's fucking unreal. I think the Miami Heat win that series. I think it's 6 games.
Yeah, sorry. Who did we say it was going to be?
Pacers and Heat.
Yeah, Pacers. They don't have Sabonis. And he's like all-star player. I know they have Oladipo. Yeah, I see.
I think Miami's just too deep.
Miami winning that. I'll say 6 games.
I think Miami's just way too deep. Coming out of the East, like with all the teams playing the way they're playing,
everyone can shoot threes. They got the second best rookie in the league, Kendrick Nunn.
Tyler Harrow's shooting unreal.
Duncan Robinson's a leading 3-point shooter in the league.
Everybody on that team shoots. Everybody. It's crazy.
Bam, everything, all the offense runs through Bam. And they're sick. They play real well. They're well coached. Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the league. I think in 6 games they take that series.
So for me, Miami's my kind of dark horse coming out of the East.
That's what I said last week too. For me, the East.
Yeah.
My dark horse would be Miami.
I think. Yeah, I don't. It sucks that they're playing the Bucks. That they're gonna have to because they're on that side of the bracket with them. Because otherwise, I could see them going to the conference finals.
I think Bam can take Giannis on no problem.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think Bam gives Giannis some problems. Just got to stay out of foul trouble. That's the only thing. But okay, the thing too, Milwaukee, they got the best defense this year in the league, right?
Do they?
But here, yeah,
I'm just thinking in my head now.
here's the thing though. They also have historically the third best defense of all time, bro.
Milwaukee does?
Milwaukee does this year. Yeah, that's how good they are.
Really?
Yeah, it's
And just
disgusting.
points, like, across all stats, or just points per game, or what?
Their defensive rating is number one in the league.
Defensive rating.
Giannis is the number one rim protector, and both Lopez brothers are like third and fifth. Their length is disgusting. But yeah, historically, to have that kind of defense, it's going to give people problems. Now, I think it's so they're behind the 03-04 Spurs and the 07-08 Celtics. Giannis, there's no player that holds opponents to a lower field goal percentage. And opponents that have attacked Giannis in isolation scored a paltry .36 points per possession, with twice as many turnovers as field goals made.
He could win MVP and
he
DOP
will.
this year.
He is gonna.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he's got both of them on lock. Because if you're the best defensive player on the best defensive team, how do you not win it?
DOP, yeah. But
MVP, he's winning that for sure too. So, and he's gonna join. If he does, only Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon have ever done that.
I'm sitting here in my head thinking right now. I think you're right, man.
Oh, he'll win. I think
I think it's done. Especially with
honestly, I think what LeBron's done in his 17th season, winning number one in the West. I think. Okay, look at all the rating, all those numbers I just gave you. Last, right?
Yep.
Number one seed in the West.
Yeah.
Why?
LeBron.
Is Giannis doing what LeBron does in his 17th year?
Probably not.
You know, but like I said, I don't want to knock Giannis either. What he's done too this year, the numbers, only two other players have had the season that he's had. So,
what do you think is more impressive, the numbers Giannis is putting up, or the way LeBron has shifted or adjusted his game to the way it needs to be this year to pull the Lakers to win number one? What do you think is more impressive or hard to do?
I think Giannis has a way better supporting, so what LeBron did is way harder. Because, like, no disrespect, but, like, after Anthony
Who
Davis...
was it who was saying that, like, 1-2 step dunk, I can do that?
After
who was
Anthony
talking
Davis,
shit about
you know what I
Giannis
mean?
a while ago? Remember that? He was
No, I
saying
don't
that
remember.
Giannis, like, isn't skilled. He's that's fucking easy what he does. Someone was talking shit during the regular season. Fuck. I forget. It's like, yeah, man, you take 2 steps from the 3-point line, you're at the basket, dunk.
It's sick, though, to see that.
It's
Like,
unreal, bro.
If he can
His
shoot
length on his arms.
35% from three,
Holy shit.
it's going to be ridiculous.
Just
So
the lengths on his arm. It's like Space Jam, Michael Jordan dunking, dude. It's crazy.
crazy, man. No, I know. He's fucking disgusting. So, yeah, the other guys for Defensive Player of the Year are Anthony Davis and Rudy Gobert, but Giannis will win it.
I don't see... I never... AD's playing really good.
Leads the league in blocks.
Really good. But I don't think he has much of an impact. Like, just when you watch an LA game and compare it... If you watch the floor, what happens as a result of when AD is on the floor and the kind of pressure he brings on defense compared to Giannis, I think Giannis brings way more pressure on defense. He has more of an impact on defense than AD does, just watching the game.
Yeah, AD has a huge presence on D. Like I said, I watch almost every Laker game.
I'm not
And that guy
downplaying what AD does,
fucks
but I'm
up a
saying,
lot of shit,
looking
for
at the
sure.
two of them, comparing them, I think Giannis has the edge.
Yeah, I think for sure Giannis has the edge this year. For sure.
And that is the brackets, my man.
Last week I kind of fucked up on something.
What'd you do? We usually fuck up. That's pretty normal.
I said that Nick Nurse wasn't voted Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a mistake. It was voted by it was a coaches association that voted that. But regardless, he still got it wrong because Nick Nurse should have won that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it wasn't actually an NBA award. So that's all. I didn't realize that, but so the other coaches are Budenholzer and Donovan, obviously.
Yeah.
The sixth man of the year It's between Dennis Schroeder, Montrez, and Lemon Pepper Lou Will. I think
you kind of got to go Dennis Schroeder.
I think it's a real toss-up between him and Montrez. Schroeder dropped 19 points a game. Montrez 18.6, like virtually identical. But if you want to go by what usually happens,
Lou Williams.
but no front court player has been named Sixth Man of the Year since 2011.
Really?
So maybe they lean towards Schroeder. I don't know.
Montrez isn't really a very sexy or marketable player.
He's so good. He's always on the floor at the end of the game.
He's a dog, like we were talking about.
Same with Lou Will. That may not start the game, but they both end the game.
Oh, 100%.
So goes to show you how good both of those guys are for sure.
Yeah, I think next year, the Clips, when they win it, their team is so deep. I think they got to lose Montrez, though, don't they? Isn't his contract up? Aren't they losing him? Which is so fucking shitty.
So he's about to get paid, I'm pretty 100%
sure. 100% he is.
So
someone's going to overpay for
him.
And
Hot Wings Williams, I think he's won it back-to-back Sixth Man. So he needs to take a pass this year. Go down to Magic City or something. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that though. I hate when So what do you think about this? There's been a lot of but I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram lately talking about the MVP race, and there's a lot of players who've even said this, although I can't pull one off the top of my head, saying that there's a very real case that LeBron should have been MVP. Pretty much every single year he was back in Cleveland for the second time. Every single year almost that he was in Miami. But the league just doesn't want to give out double, triple, quadruple MVPs.
The year Derrick Rose won.
When you look at the stats,
LeBron should have won it that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 100%. There's a lot of people that disagreed with that.
Also, I hate to do this to you, Steve Nash.
Dude,
the second
you look at the numbers.
He won the back-to-back. The second year,
LeBron's
I believe
putting up the same numbers.
Could have won that year.
LeBron's putting up the same numbers this year that Steve Nash's MVP year was, and he's putting up more points per game.
I wholeheartedly believe that though. They want to spread the wealth.
Yeah, they have to.
You know what I'm saying? So
I hate that,
for sure. I think LeBron's legit won it 4 times.
Yeah, but it easily could be 8. Easily.
I want him to win it this year. I just know he won't. It's gonna go to Giannis. But like I said, I don't want to beat it to a dead horse. But if you're what he's done this year is crazy.
If you're the NBA though, it makes sense. LeBron's 36. You want to start pumping up the newer guys, and Giannis is obviously the next. Once LeBron's gone, Giannis is the face of the league. Maybe Luka, Steph for a little bit. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep the same rate of play he's got playing at. But speaking of Steph,
next face of the league
is Giannis, man. As of right now, right at this moment, it's got to be. The only other case would be maybe Luka.
I think they would go with someone younger. Yeah, I think it's going to be Luka just because you're riding Luka for the next 15 years. Giannis is how old?
He's only 26. He's gonna be face of the league for the next while. Maybe Zion. Oh, obviously Zion is healthy.
Yeah,
they've been pumping that up forever. But
I think Zion's just more people like Zion than Giannis.
I think so too.
Popularity wise, I think
Yeah.
And how could you not? The guy's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
He double jumps quicker than I could single jump. You know what I mean? Unreal, man.
Watching that guy rip balls out of grown men's hand is crazy to watch. Just in the paint, stripping rebounds from people.
Guy gets 22 points in 23 minutes. Next game is 28 points in 25 minutes. It's crazy. And this is him out of shape. You know what I'm saying?
Eating muck and gumbo, bro.
I don't get it though. Before the whole bubble, he was playing 30 minutes. And when he came back, they totally babied him. It's he's even had more rest. Why the fuck you babying this guy?
Something's still going on with his injury, man. Has to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if the coach is going to be fired. The players just didn't perform. I don't know if it's a coach thing or not.
Zion, Drew, and BI played unreal. Drew had less of a year than he did the year before, but still was solid all year.
Yo, every NBA player, one of the questions asked on that podcast, who is the most underrated player?
Drew Holiday.
They all fucking say Drew Holiday.
Nasty,
I would have never known that. But they all fucking say Drew Holiday, bro.
He's one of those guys that he's everywhere on the court, man. He does everything well.
Oh, I like him a lot. I just wouldn't have guessed that would have been the guy, but I was surprised. And yeah, it's crazy to, and that's the shit. Like, you can listen to sportcasters or even other coaches, but I'm interested in what the peers say. You know, that holds the most weight. You know what I'm saying? When other
100%.
players talk. So yeah, but
I'm sure
he's sick.
I'm just thinking in my head now too. I'm like, who? If I was gonna guess, who would players would say is one of the most underrated players in the league? My guess would have been maybe Lou Will. He's been winning six man, but he doesn't get, I think, the amount of respect that he deserves.
I'm most
just from the common fan. You know what I mean?
That's a tough one. Let me think about that one.
Lou Williams is up there. Drew Holiday's a good answer.
Yeah, it's a legit answer.
It's a really good answer.
I was surprised. I don't know why, but I just didn't think all those guys would say it. But it's like quite a common thing that they all say.
Yeah.
Most improved player. It's between Bam, Adebayo, Brandon Ingram, and actually Luka is nominated, even though he won Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah, you can't give that to Luka, dude. His numbers are that good, but you can't give that to Luka.
I think Brandon Ingram should win it.
I think so too. I think that's such a cool story, and it's.
I don't think he wins it though. I think they give it to Bam. I think Brandon should win it though. My vote, if I had one, it would go to Brandon. I think Adebayo wins it though. He's gone from 8.9 points to 16 points. What else? Rebounds 7 to 10.5. Assists 2 to 5. And like I said,
big jumps, man.
Only Larry Bird and Kareem, along with 6 other players, have averaged 15, 10, and 5 and 1 block. So, I don't know. I think they just give it to Bam. I love Brandon Ingram's game, though. The fact that if he would have stayed in L.A., you would have never seen this because LeBron needs the ball all the time. So, for him to get traded and blow up like that, him and Zion, that's going to be a deadly combo
100%
going forward, right? Like,
especially if they can keep Drew, too. And
and
if
like,
Lonzo,
I want to see more of the pick and roll between Brandon and Zion. Like, that's just disgusting. Like, the options that can happen from that is crazy.
And especially if Lonzo plays at the level he was playing pre-bowl.
Yeah, something's... You know, and it's funny, too. Like, I seen Bleacher Report posted his stats in the bubble. Like, I just told you, 5 points, whatever, right? Kind of shaded him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he shoots back at him. He's like, post my stats next year.
Attaboy.
So, you know, we'll see, right?
I want all those ex-Laker kids to do well. I want all of them.
Best thing that could have happened to him is get traded out of LA to get their game to grow.
Yeah.
You know? So, and who knows? Like, his brother's going to probably go top 5.
It's looking like it, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. So, see what happens. But
is he one of those guys, though, that, like, just because of what he's into and all, like, the clout chase, not clout chasing, but, like, just some of the antics and
who
the
attitude, about here?
LaMelo.
Okay.
Like, you don't have social media, but he's all over social media for just some of the shit that he pulls. And he's already so famous, and it just seems like it's kind of gone to his head a little bit. He's obviously nasty. He's proven how good of a basketball player he is. But I wonder if he's not picked over number 1, number 2. Just based on
I don't think he's that
attitude.
good of a player to go number 1 or 2. But I think he goes top 5 though. But I also think too that seeing his brother go through it, he's gonna know how he has to act. Like, we gotta remember, he's a fucking kid too. How would you, if someone says, "Hey, yo, bro, 17? you're top 5 NBA draft," I'd be acting a damn fool, bro.
Oh, dude, if I was 17,
bro,
had that much money,
fuck,
I would be over.
So,
I do.
You
forget
know what
that.
I mean? Like,
I forget that a lot of these people are just kids.
Yeah, man. Like, to handle all that, like, dude, I'd be fucking wilding out, man.
I forget that a lot of the time.
So, I think like Lonzo going through it, he knows how he has to. He's seen Lonzo do it. He's seen what he has to go through. He knows how to act professional.
Yeah.
So I think.
I hope so, man.
I think it'll be better that way. You just got to keep the dad out of it. Is the problem?
His dad's a moron, bro.
You know, the dad trying to be famous is the problem.
Yeah.
So, saying you could beat Jordan 1-on-1, son, you rode the bench. Right, fuck out of here, dog.
But isn't that like we were talking about earlier, where it's just like drawing attention and being able to
Yeah, he just wants
to
people
garner
talking
attention.
about him.
But it
Yeah.
works, man.
Oh, for sure. Yo, how many times was that guy on like First Take and all those stupid
Big baller
shows?
brand. Although I think that went bankrupt, didn't they?
I don't know. That I respect his hustle.
For sure, you got
You know, like it was a good idea, but like, I know some people that didn't even get their shoes still. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Lonzo
and they
blow
were
out
like
his shoe too?
$500 a pair or something.
Lonzo blew out his shoe in the middle of a game.
Yeah, he's a Nike guy now.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking up his feet or his ankles or something.
Something like that, right?
But I do respect the vision. Like, why not try and start your own shit? Who says you got to sign with Nike and Reebok or Adidas?
100%.
So, poorly executed.
No, Lonzo was his ankle was getting fucked, but he was also getting a raw deal from one of the other owners. That's what it was.
What do you mean?
Like the accountant was like fucking them, or one of the other owners, the investors was fucking them, and I guess maybe LeVar didn't, like, he apparently didn't know or didn't want to know, I guess, and didn't do anything about it. Then Lonzo said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
That's why you need to hire people to watch the guy to watch your money. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Everybody's skimming, dude. Everybody's skimming.
Yeah, you're a mark. You know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. We talked about defensive player of the year already. Rookie of the year is between Ja, Kendrick, and Zion, and I think it finishes that way. Ja, Kendrick, and Zion.
Yeah, you gotta give it to Ja, man.
So
if it's not given to Ja,
it will be.
It fucking better be, man.
Zion's only played 19 games. There's no way they're gonna give it to somebody who's played that less of games.
Yeah.
And then MVP is between Giannis, LeBron, James Harden. James Harden obviously gone.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be Giannis. I think.
I think so too. I want it to be LeBron, and I think, to be really honest with you, I think LeBron deserves it this year.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm a bit of a LeBron stan, but I just think so too. Like, you know,
I think
Giannis has a better team around him.
Yep, and what LeBron's done and what he's been able to do at this year, at this age, like, I think it's unprecedented.
It's all right. Giannis will be at home watching the NBA Finals.
You think so? Dude, no.
Trust.
No, dude. Milwaukee's beating Toronto.
Trust.
I'm looking at this bracket right now, though. For sure, Toronto's coming out of that side. And then Milwaukee's coming out of the top. It sucks that Miami is playing against Milwaukee, because I genuinely think that Miami could give Toronto trouble. I think that'd be such a.
I think Miami gives Milwaukee a lot of trouble.
I think Miami Toronto is a closer series than Miami Milwaukee. I think that would be such a fun series.
I just can't wait. Playoffs start next week. Right?
Yeah, I'm so fired up about this whole thing, dude.
And like, I can't believe how many good games I've been seeing too. That's another thing.
Yeah,
like,
you
we just talked about Dan's 51,
it.
His 61 today, Luka's game on the weekend. Like, there's been so many moments. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. And like this March Madness schedule that they got going, it's like dope, games dude. All day.
It's dope.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Now you heard that college football's pretty much they're all canceling except for maybe a couple conferences.
Big Ten opted out. Pretty much all the NCAA.
SEC, I think they want to do it. The Southern, which doesn't surprise me, and maybe the ACC. But they're all saying they're going to come back in the spring. But that means, like, from my understanding, spring is like the last bit of January would start. It's not really spring in my eyes, but whatever.
Yeah, if they just come back, I'm happy that they come back.
So
college ball is so much fun.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, I've seen like the Lawrence and Fields talking about a college football players union. It's cool to talk about. I don't think it happens, but they all want to play. And then I guess the thing is too, like if they're in college in the quote unquote bubble, they get tested like daily.
Yeah.
A lot of people are arguing that it's like a lot safer to actually do it, and then rather than staying home, you got doctors all around you, like being a college athlete, you know.
Yeah.
You have access to. These guys are saying probably you get tested 4 times a week. Nick Saban said any guy that wants to get tested daily can get tested. And the people that they've all tested right now, like I believe Nick Saban said 0.2% of people got COVID since they've been testing since the 4th of July. So it's a good argument. Maybe they are safer on campus, but the reason why I think they're canceling it all is the liability issue.
For sure.
You know, they don't want to get fucking sued.
That's like everything.
That's why. And I'm seeing like a lot of these, like 70% of these COVID cases are causing heart damage. So
70%?
Yeah. So if that's the case, if someone gets sick later on or whatever the case is, they're always gonna be able to go back and sue the university. I think, right? So
For sure,
they gotta protect their ass that way too. So,
I mean,
and as for fans in the stadiums, if you're allowed to go on a packed plane with masks on, you can't be socially distanced with masks on in the stadiums.
college is so weird because it's,
Or any professional sports, I'm saying.
yeah, but that's the college is in this weird case because outside of athletics, everything's shut down for college.
Not true.
It-
10 colleges invited their students back to on campus.
10 out of how many thousands?
I can't remember. There's like what for football programs. I know there's like 140 programs. I don't know. I guess that's 140 schools, right?
10% of all football. Are they 10 schools out of 140? Or 10 schools nationwide out of all schools?
No, 10 schools. I can't remember where exactly. But if you're gonna invite them back to campus, what's the difference of inviting them back to campus or inviting them to go back to play football?
Yeah, but I think you're looking at a super, super small pool, and I think those are outliers. That's not the norm. Like, there's no school in Canada that's opening back up.
Yeah, I just seen that.
None. All of us are online again. So that's what I mean. That college is in this weird place where, so no one is allowed back apart from the people that are going to make us money. That's what it is, right? Like, and it's fucked up, which is why you have guys like Fields and Trevor Lawrence talking about a union, because that's literally what they're trying to do.
I was always like for not having people in the stands, but like as it goes on, like if like I said, if you're allowed to fly with somebody right beside you,
It's a lot easier to control 20 people on a plane versus tens of thousands, though, right?
I guess you got these people on the fucking plane that will get on the plane and then they refuse to put the mask on, fucking it up for everybody else, and they got to turn the plane around. That shit would piss me the fuck off.
Oh, dude, somebody's
you know?
getting their face knocked in.
Oh my god,
for sure.
So you're always gonna have those fucking idiots,
Jackasses.
I don't know. It's I think they can do it correct. But whatever, err on the side of caution, sure. And I was on that side for a long time. Like, let's not do this. Better be safe than sorry. But I think you can like do it safely. But again, it's just a liability thing. No one wants to get sued. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because there would be people that would sue. People are like doing this, looking
100%.
just to do it, just to sue. Right?
100%.
So.
And I think, I shouldn't even say I think. Like, what fucking bothers me about the whole thing is, like, being a university student, right? Like, I still have to pay my full normal tuition for online class. Which bothers the fuck out of me,
You ain't
man.
getting the same level of...
Not at all, dude. Like,
not care,
it's
but
not
yeah,
even...
interaction.
but even it straight up is care, right? Like, especially, like, there services like Chegg, which is like a... like CHEGG. And what it is people... because most courses are standardized, right? Across a country, kind of across North America, right? So a lot of the exact same curriculum is being taught in thousands of different schools for the same course. So, like, for example, like, say I'm taking a stats class or a biology class or whatever, right?
Okay.
I can get my question given to me, my assignment. I can go on Chegg and check to see if someone has, and odds are that it's going to be on Chegg, and I just copy off the answers if you want to cheat. For real. But the thing is, personally, and you're going to be like, go fuck yourself if you're lying, I actually don't cheat. I don't use it because where I'm at right now is a lot of my courses are prerequisite courses. So if I don't learn the stuff right now, I will fuck myself. And professors are so locked into Chegg that my stats professor, I know this because 40 people got booted out of my course.
Oh, brutal.
Because he went on to Chegg and posted the wrong answer to a question that he posted, so he knew who was cheating.
Fucking beauty. Guy's like an ex-cop.
Oh, dude, the guy's a fucking wiener, bro. He's such a savage. But so, like, that's who you're having to compete with now, with people just straight cheating, right? So, like, one, you're not getting the same level of education. Two, you're having to compete with people who are cheating. And, like, my school is graded on a curve, right? So, like, you just have to, basically how the curve works is you have to beat the average. So a curve works, there's 3 A pluses given out, there's 5 A's, there's 10 B pluses, 30 B's, whatever, and it goes down, right? So whatever grade the curve is set at, say it's a B minus, the most amount of students will get that, right? And so it doesn't matter if you actually hand in A quality work. If you beat the other students and you're the top 3 in the class, whether that's A quality work, whether that's B plus quality work, whether that's A plus plus quality work, you just have to beat the curve. And so now a lot more people are beating the curve because they're able to cheat. So
I like it.
No, it's fucking annoying, dude. It means I actually really have to try in order to get good grades, which I'm not okay with.
Yo, just do like good old Donnie and pay someone to take your test, bro.
Not a chance, dude. Fucking, this is the thing is, too, during taking classes or taking tests, you have a live stream on you of all times. And every once in a while, a TA will come into your list. So you're broken up into groups of like 10 students.
Okay.
And so say it was a class of 150 people. So you have 15 different groups. A teacher's assistant is assigned to each group to monitor what the students are doing through their webcams at all times.
Interesting.
Every like 5 minutes, they'll be like, "Okay, I need everybody to quickly show me what they're working on." Okay, good. And then flip back up. Yeah, dude. So it's like, it's real hard to cheat.
Shit. Well, that's good though.
Yeah. For tests,
like you
people are
said,
getting railed.
you have to learn it. So
100%. So tests, people are getting railed, but everything else, everyone's cheating. Which
now,
is fucked.
What have you heard? Are people doing better or worse? My guess would be worse for sure.
A lot of people are dropping out. A lot of people are just fuck it. Oh, this has also been the summer semester though, so people are kind of less inclined to do fuck all anyways. Yeah, there's been a lot higher dropout rates than normal.
Yeah. Shout out the dropouts.
Mm-hmm. Hey, brother, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. How long are we in?
Right now we're like an hour and 10.
Okay, we can go over this next week. Oh, I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on this whole TikTok situation?
I think Bill Gates is a fucking G for coming in and wanting to buy it.
But here's the thing: it kind of just fell in the guy's lap.
It did.
Like he didn't have to go fucking look to buy it, bro.
No, everyone else got boxed out, which is hilarious.
It's kind of fucked up. So like, they've had major security problems, right?
Yeah.
There was a lawsuit accusing them of creating accounts without proper user consent for people that downloaded the app. Also, they've been accused of transferring data to 2 servers in China.
Oh, yeah.
Which are owned by Tencent and Alibaba Group, which are major players in China,
yep.
Right? And also there's been alleged that it contains code that was revealed in 2017 to allow developers to install spyware on phones.
So whatever it basically is that they normally, your app is allowed to pull specific data from a user that is they've either voluntarily given up, right, or that they use on the app. So Instagram can monitor what you're doing on Instagram. What it's not allowed to do is monitor what you're doing on Facebook, what you're doing on Safari, what you're doing on other stuff. TikTok, however, is monitoring what you're doing everywhere. It's monitoring what you're texting. It's monitoring where you're calling, what you're talking about. It's listening to you, what you're doing on Instagram, Facebook, everything.
So it also failed to destroy personal information collected from users under the age of 13, which is like super illegal, right?
Yep.
So, and I say that just to say, like, there's been a lot of problems with them. I don't know if you heard of that. I read part of this. There was a Reddit user that reverse engineered the app to show everybody exactly how bad it is. Okay? Now, me, obviously not a tech guy. But he basically said what you were saying. The amount of information that these guys are taking
is so illegal.
Is above and beyond Facebook and everybody else. It's ridiculous, right? So, apparently, allegedly, they might have been from Anonymous, the hacking group. I don't know.
Not a
allegedly.
chance. It's Chinese owned, which means
no. The guy who reverse engineered it.
Oh, you're saying that?
There, okay. It might have been anonymous. So
yeah, but like we already knew this about. Like, it's a Chinese-based app. If you go to China, like, they have to use their own web browser. They have to use their own specific apps, and all of that information is monitored by the Chinese government. Like, we already knew this.
So, last month, India banned TikTok along with 58 other apps, and for TikTok, they lost 25% of their users just like that.
Yep.
Right?
TikTok blew up on India, which is weird. But that was one of the first apps that's ever like blown up, not in the States. It blew up in India. So
TikTok went and hired an American CEO to kind of try and put people at ease, I guess, right?
Yep.
They're saying that, hey, the U.S. servers are stored in Virginia and Singapore, and they don't get shared with China. But now the argument to that is you being a Chinese entity, if China tells you to hand over that shit,
It's over.
you're handing it over.
It's a wrap.
You can say whatever you want to say. We're not giving it to China, but if China says give it to us, all the Chinese companies do it. Like, we all know this, right?
Oh, for sure. So what I understand though now is that the North American division of TikTok is trying to get bought by Microsoft and Bill Gates.
Yeah, and he'll control Canada, Australia, New Zealand. He gets all those. I
The
guess.
Commonwealth and the United States.
Yeah, because Trump said first he was going to ban it. He rejected the deal first of all. Then he's like, okay, I'll give you 45 days to work out a deal. Rumored to be $50 billion.
That's fat.
But analysts are saying
But that's also
that's
light work.
actually a good deal because
light
this
work.
shit's going to be $200 billion in no time.
Oh, for sure it is.
So
It'll be interesting to see though. So
and for Microsoft, who's not a player in any social media,
it's
to
so
have
smart.
this fall in your fucking
It's
lap.
so smart, dude. Now, the one I was listening to Flagrant because they were talking about it today, and the guy who's on it, Mark, not Schulte, the other guy, Mark, I think it was him who was saying this, and I'm like, it's really fucking smart, actually. Why TikTok is so addicting is because it knows what you want. And it knows what you want because it monitors everything.
Didn't he delete it? That guy,
No,
Gagnon from because he was just controlling him basically. He's like, I deleted it.
Alex
off my phone.
deleted it, I think.
Or one of them.
Either way,
One of them
either
did.
way. I genuinely have to limit myself on it. I have
Really,
to
eh? Yeah.
because it's everything, dude. It's like hilarious, fucking weird, dark humor, some nuts jujitsu shit. So like it's just all just like shit I like, right?
Supposed to be doing homework. And
Yeah,
you're just,
dude,
straight
and it's so
TikToking for
addicting.
hours.
But it's so addicting because it monitors everything. It listens to what you're saying. It knows what you want because it monitors everything. So is that going to change because now they're not able to monitor everything because they now have to abide by certain data collection rules? Is TikTok going to not be as good as it used to be? Is what he was saying.
TikTok's coming back and they're planning to sue the Trump administration.
Are they actually?
Yeah, they're saying that the executive order banning service from the United States is like unconstitutional.
Constitutional. I could see that. I could see that.
I mean, and if I was TikTok too, I'd be putting up a fight too.
fuck yeah,
You know
it
what
would
I
be,
mean?
dude.
And then also, Twitter's like, yo, we want to buy TikTok. They, I guess, went to TikTok and was like, yo, we want to bid on you guys too. So I don't know how that's going to play with this whole Donald saying Microsoft can work out a deal with them. I don't know how that works. But also, isn't this going to set like a dangerous precedent?
100% it does.
You're censoring the internet just like China does now, bro.
Yep. This is an extreme level of government intervention.
I don't. This is
It's weird.
fucked up,
It's
bro.
very weird.
You know what I mean?
It's funny because we talk about this a lot in one of my classes, or at least I talk about it a lot. We're supposed to post like arguments or articles every week. And it seems like for the last couple weeks, all I've been talking about is how censorship on social media encroaches on free speech rights.
Yeah. Yeah.
I completely and wholeheartedly believe that.
I do too.
I think that if someone is being a piece of shit on social media, it's the same thing as someone being a piece of shit on the street corner, where they're allowed to be on the street corner, but it's also more than likely going to happen that someone's going to come punch them in the face, right? Like, you have to allow ideas to be out there. You can't censor people. It sets a dangerous precedent. It kind of goes against our entire idea of freedom. So
For sure.
I really, really disagree with everything.
And like, also, if you're gonna do this,
Not everything, but
to the
how they're
Chinese-
handling it.
if you're gonna do this at Chinese, why what about the Russian apps?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
So yeah, for sure, it's a slippery slope right now, man.
Exactly. And it's where does it stop, right? And who gets to decide where it stops and who gets to decide where it starts, right? So, like I said, I'm a big believer in free speech and the idea of having a marketplace of ideas, as Mr. alleged rapist Brian Cowan likes to talk about. I know he's a big proponent of that too.
Oh, speaking of that, I got a theory.
Okay, tell me.
You want to do these theories.
Always, dude. Always.
Okay. Joe Rogan moved to Texas because all his friends are rapists. What do you think about that one?
I can see it, bro. It seems a little fishy because it wasn't even like oh, I'm talking about. I was like, no, moving to Texas. When? Tomorrow. What?
Next story comes out on Rogan.
Rogan
in like
for
2 weeks,
sure
son.
too. He's just trying to get out now, trying to get ahead of it.
That's all I got though. That was my theory for the week, bro.
I like it. I believe
Yeah.
it. It's believable. Joe Rogan's an angry dude. I can see some shit coming out against him for sure.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
All right, ladies and gents, you know where to find us. Love you all. See you next week.
Peace.